four-sided polygon, right? Yeah. Now let us know what are the other polygons can be seen or can be drawn from them. So for that, for instance, what I'll do, I'll take the rectangle like this. You can see, right? Yeah. Here, AB, BC, CD and AD are the sides. And what is a polygon? A polygon is always a closed structure, right? Yeah. So to form a closed structure, we need at least 3 sides, right? Of course, yes. So I can say that the smallest polygon in terms of number of sides will be a triangle, right? Yeah. So now we shall see how to draw this triangle from the rectangle given above you. So what I will do? So for this, I will draw the diagonal. For that, I need to know what is diagonal, right? So let me see. Let me define the diagonal. See, a diagonal is a line joining the non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. So here, for this rectangle, so there will be a 2 diagonals if you see. If I draw, okay? So that are AC and BD. So from this you can say that, what you can say? The triangles can be drawn, right? And so I can see that triangles are a part of these rectangles. So from this, what can I say? Can we form a rectangle using the triangles? Yes, we can, right? Yes. How to do that then? See, let us consider a right angle triangle ABC here. Okay, so what was the question? Can we form a rectangle using the triangles, right? So we form the triangle using a rectangle. So let's do the ulta. Can we form a rectangle using a triangle? For that, I'm going to consider the right angle triangle ABC here, like this. Here, if you observe, AB, BC and AC are the 3 sides and ABC are the vertices of the triangle. Now, let me take one more triangle, which is this. You can see it, right? Which is A dash, B dash, C dash, which is of the same dimension. Both are of same dimension. So now, on superimposing both of this triangle, we can form a rectangle like this, right? So I can see that, yes, we can form a rectangle using the 2 right angle triangles. But will it be able to form if there are other triangles then? See, the answer is nothing but a parallelogram. So we will be learning this in our upcoming classes then. Okay, yeah. And here, since the rectangle is formed by these 2 congruent triangles, we can write that. What is that? If I keep it as it is, the area of each triangle as half of the area of rectangle. And we shall draw the 2 diagonals now. For what? For the square. So we completed for the triangle, right? Now let me take the square and let us draw the 2 diagonals for the square. So here if you observe, there will be 4 small triangles here in this square, right? So here all these 4 triangles will be of equal dimensions and hence they are congruent. So that is all that 4 triangles will be of same area. Therefore we can say that area of a square is equals to the, what is that? 4 times the area of a triangle. Yes. Okay then. Next let us know about the generalizing for other congruent parts of rectangles. See, on drawing a diagonals, triangles are formed in the rectangle, we got to know. But what if we draw a non-diagonals? Any shape can be formed? Fine then, let us see that. So look at this picture here. Okay, here if you observe, here there are 2 rectangles are formed in this rectangle by drawing a slant line, right? It is dividing the rectangle into 2 parts. You can see, right? Yeah. So here the 2 portions are of trapezium shape and they are of congruent. So I can say that the area of one part is equals to the area of other part. Therefore, the area of each part is given by the area of each part is equals to half of the area of rectangle. Okay, yes. So likewise, we can form one more shape using one shape. So in the next class, let us learn more about this.